Hey, welcome to this bonus video. I've been struggling for a while how to present things that are related to this bonus challenge or bonus challenges because it's actually two challenges, but they're closely tied together, and it is related to the fishing part of the game. There are actual objectives that you can get from an elf and complete them. I'm also going to briefly talk about the boat race and some of the Easter eggs. We went through them as we were going through the various challenges, but I want to just reiterate the things that I managed to find as I was playing the game and preparing these videos. So let's see first the part on the fishing. And the fishing objective is a bonus one. Out of the box, it will not show up here on your objectives list unless you... Okay, apparently it does. That's weird. I have not talked to this elf, but maybe because I completed all the missions, this appears. If you go before completing all the objectives to the square wheel yard, this is in the steampunk island, if I remember correctly, but let's check. Oh no, sorry, Island of Misfit Toys, it's actually there, sorry about that. It's getting a little bit late for me. So, there we go, square wheel yard. I believe this is where the luggage lock was. So we have not talked to this elf at that point, but we can talk to the elf, and we're going to get the task and a hint. The hint is become the fish. Oh, I'm gonna mute the sound here. Not really sure why the sound was on. Okay, so there's a new objective unlocked here. Looks kind of flaky. It might have been because I know why we had that one. So there's an interesting thing. You see, if you for some reason you have multiple accounts. I have an account that I use for playing the game, another account to get prepared to shoot the videos, and then a third one to actually shoot the videos. And if you sign off and log in with a different account, you might have objectives kind of bleeding into that account. If you clear the cache, these will disappear. So that's really, I was not mistaken. You have to talk to the elf first to get this bonus challenge. And as you can see, it's just 1 out of 5 Christmas trees. All you have to do is catch 20 different species of fishy, and the task hint is, what was it? Fish, become the fish. Is perhaps there's some clues about a local aquatic life located in the HTML source code. We are going to check that one. So after this challenge, there's a 4 out of 5 Christmas tree challenge that is automating the fishing task. Altogether, in the East Islands region, we have 171 different species of fish, and catching all of them takes a couple hours, even if you automate it, because, well, it's fishing, so you need to be patient. You cast your line, and then you wait, and then you reel it in when you have a catch. So this takes quite a long time. I'm going to show you the automation part, and we're going to solve just this first bonus objective for the duration of the video, because otherwise it would take forever and it's not that interesting. So I'm going to show you what kind of automation I used, and then I'm going to show you an account that already has the other objective completed, so you get a pretty good picture on how the objectives will look like. So the automation that I have is... originally, I wanted to do it using AutoIt to learn something new, but I realized that it's not that easy, probably more reliable than the method that I chose. But I used the tool Sikuli, actually Sikuli X. So this is an older validation tool. It is something that I used as a test engineer, quality assurance engineer rather, I think is the correct term. When we automated some of the GUI checking tasks, it is JITOM based, so it is written in Java, but the code that you write is Python code, which is getting the part that I like for the actual development, for the test cases, and omitting the part that I dislike, which is Java. So, but it's very convenient, and it's pretty much cross-platform. The idea with Sikuli is, instead of parsing, for example, a DOM on a page, you just take screenshots of controls that you want to like click on or type text in, and Sikuli will create a screenshot and try to find that pattern on that screenshot. It is fairly fast, but not lightning fast. So for this scenario, it's a little bit wonky. We might see my automation script fail miserably, which is great because it then will show the limitation. But I kind of ironed out, I think, the rough edges, and it works relatively okay. It's still a more semi-automated approach. So it is not a perfect automation. The automation task hints will give you much better options, like interacting with WebSockets or talking to not talking to, but so talking to the web server, or using something like AutoID or AutoKey, and those will actually understand the page layout and click buttons, but they require to have browser-dependent plugins installed. It was a bit too much for my taste. I wanted to do something simple, and every now and then I do have these automation tasks, and I did remember Sikuli from my past employment cases, and I always wanted to dig it out and see if it's still being developed. It is, although it's not very frequently, and currently the development is on pause, but it does work, and it is decent enough that I can recommend at least giving a try. It's a little bit flaky under Windows 10/11. The last time I was using it, it was probably with Windows 7. So, but the project is still active, so you can check it out. They have a decent documentation for most of the calls, and the code itself is very simple. So let me show you what I cooked up, and this is really not a great script for automation, but what it does essentially is just creates this Python. I can also toggle here the view so that you would see like the little screenshots, but a Sikuli project is really just a directory, and within the directory you have the Python code. So this is the same exact Python code that we have under the Sikuli IDE. Sikuli itself is really just a jar file. So if you have Java installed, you can just run the jar file, and you see that I have a couple of screenshots. So this is to navigate the interface. And when I click a button, I literally just take a a screenshot snippet with a take screenshot button, or I can just use like a snipping tool and then provide the image. And then I will tell Sikuli that I want to, for example, click a specific button here. And I can also define like how similar the match should be. So I can lower a bit the threshold, and I can say it doesn't have to be an exact match. If it's like 80% matching what you see on the certain portion of the screen, then initiate a click action there. And it goes there and clicks with the mouse. Now, this really uses my user controls, so that means that I am going to have the controls here for the system taking over and doing the automation for me. And I am running this on a Nuke system. I just showed you the host name there, and this Nuke system is something that runs in our lab, and I can RDP into it, so I can just leave this one for overnight and it will just complete the tasks. I have one method here that is the auto fish one, and this one just goes through the steps of sending in a couple spaces. You will see as the automation goes, or if you navigate your ship, this is to drop the anchor, and then with another space you can have the option to cast a line, and then you need to click on that button. So that's how maybe I should show how the fishing works first. So we will do that, and so it does a couple actions like this, making sure that the cast line button is there, then it tries to click it, then it tries to click the reel in button when it is red, and then the Pesca desk is going to open. This is the kind of like the encyclopedia of the fish that we have in Geese Island. So it has all the different species of fish in the region, and it closes that with the close button. There's this move up function. It's a quick and dirty solution for cases where these buttons are not in a high contrast screen area. So you will see that as I exit from a location with the anchor icon and get from a location back to the ship, it will kind of shoot out the ship, so it gives an initial like velocity to the ship that will slowly diminishes, and then the ship stops. Because the way Sikuli works, I need to make sure that all the buttons are high contrast, so they're very easy to distinguish from the other buttons. This will ensure a better efficiency on clicking these controls. And then I just have here the navigation for going to different locations using the destinations and teleporting basically to different destinations. I will explain why this is necessary, but what happens essentially here, just close this one, is when I get out, so I start from a location, I teleport to a different location. Let's say I want to go to, I don't know, the Tarnished Toe. Then the automation will click this anchor icon and it will shoot out the ship to a different location. I'm not sure why this is set up, so let me just clear that one. And then this cast lane button will appear. So I will click this, and then the Sikuli automation will look for the red version of this reel it in button. I'm just showing you how the fishing works, and this is the Pesca desk. So currently I just have one fish here. When I click, you need to click it while it's still red, otherwise you're not getting it. So the automation would click the red button, then this Pesca desk would appear with a new fish that we just caught. It will close the button, click on cast lane again, and then wait for another opportunity to reel the fish in. So that's pretty much the idea with this automation. And we're going to leave this one behind as I explain some other concepts here. So let me just run this. And the cool thing is I can interact still with the controls of the system, but if I mess around a lot, so I'm showing my hands, see, no hands. If I mess around a lot, it will interfere with the automation. So that's why I'm using this Nuke running, this is Windows 10 here, and running this automation through RDP. So it will stay there. And you can also see how the mouse cursor moves here. So we just got our first fish with the automation. So it clicks on again the cast lane, reels it in. I can't remember what I said. So yeah, on the loop, there's a fourth one there. So on the loop, I said 5 clicks. We might get the 20 fish much faster than that apparently, because we already have a 5th fish coming in. So at the beginning, this goes pretty fast. There's a 6th one, so you can see how the automation actually performs here. And then we will visit this a bit later. And then it goes to the next location. So after 5 attempts, I teleport to the next location. I'm going to wait until the ship stops, and then hit space a couple of times so that the cast lane cast line button appears here. Then it clicks on it, and as you can see, I move the mouse cursor here, so I can interfere and interact with the system while the automation runs. That's why I like Sikuli a lot, because it is a really the equivalent of someone actually performing the actions. So it's if for some reason their system doesn't display a button, but the code does contain it, it's not a tool that parses the code. You can see actual clicks performed by the user that is currently signed in. So it's a very, very interesting as an automation task. I'm just gonna wait for one more fish here. And then, as I mentioned, there are certain locations where these buttons on the bottom of the screen are not showing up in a high contrast area. So in those cases, I am navigating the ship with hitting, well, actually, like pushing the up arrow and then holding it down for a second. So that would shoot my ship like this. So it would move to an upper location. There's like 3 places where this is necessary. I might have interfered now with the automation, but it just picks it up. So it's pretty cool in my opinion. If that's something that is interesting to you, then check it out, because again, this doesn't parse the DOM in the browser. It doesn't actually clicks a button, it just does a pattern matching on the screenshot and then clicks on it. So that's pretty much what it does. Okay, we already have 14 little fishies, so I'm going to wait until we reel in another one, and now I want to jump and show you a couple of things that you need to consider, because this will work really well for a while. Somewhere around like 150 is where it really slows down, and it takes additional like an hour to get to like 60 something ish, and then it will I'm just amazed how well this works now. And then it will be a more manual process. There was a part in the script where I just do the auto fish and then I exit. So that allows me to disregard this teleportation code and just go to a location where I want to do my fishing, and then I can set the attempts to a larger number and cast my fishing rod like 100 times until I catch the fish that I want. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one behind. So this will keep on doing this little automation. So I'm just showing you that my mouse cursor is no longer there, but you can still see that it is just continuing with the automation part. And what I want to show, so after you're done with that, you're going to have this fishing guide completed, and then there's the fish mastery where you need to catch all the fish, all 171, and that is significantly harder than just catching 20. 20 you can get in a matter of a couple minutes by just manually waiting and clicking on the reel in button. But it's not really the best approach there. So some of the hints for the fishing part. So we had one that maybe the source code will tell us more. So if I go out to the OpenSea and I do I don't know, developer tools maybe, and then look at the code for the sea. Just zoom in. We are going to discover something interesting here. There's a commented section saying fish density reference. How can I just get this one, edit as HTML? So this fish density reference under /c will provide us maybe something interesting. So I'm just piece this one together, /c fish density reference is a page where you can see these sort of heat maps. These are density maps for the various type of little fish. And what I did was that I right-clicked on a map, saved this as an image, and then I just cut out this little mini map here. Now you can also just swap the mini map with one of the heat map ones. Instead, what I did, I went in and so I saved all the original density maps. Let me just get into extra icons. There we go. So I just went in and checked these, and then I go to downloads. I took a screenshot and I took this little map, and then with Paint I removed the background, the blue sea background from this one. With the modern version of Paint under Windows 11, there's actually a button that removes it, so I don't know if we can just do it. So that is really super duper easy. Or I can just open with Paint. So I literally just went and which one is it? I can't remember. No, that's resize. I think it's that one, yeah. Remove background. Okay, so you just remove the background and then you have a transparent PNG that you can save, and you can then overlap this with all the density maps. I think this is beneficial just to give you an idea on where you need to fish. And if you look around the red spot here, I'm just gonna pick one randomly here. So if you look around the red spots, these are all the harbors where you can dock. And some of them are in areas where you have a higher density for a certain type of little fish, flows, and others have a different density area, but almost all of them have areas where the red dots are in higher density areas. So that's why I'm doing this teleportation with the automation tool, to make sure that I kind of cover all the various species. Now there's a few that are kind of unique. So this one, the Piscis cyberneticus scoto, is a relatively special one because it only exists in this little area. So that's why you need to have a way to fish in a specific area as well. That's when I'm just calling that method, that Python method, or function rather, because it's not part of the class. So the Python function with the auto fish, and then I just park my ship in this area, and I can eventually catch even the rare density ones. Now I ended up in the end game for this with just 5. So this one, these 5s were kind of hard to get with the automation. So I had to do this manual thing. I also noticed that Chris LG was fishing what I was fishing, and he was, I think, also automating things. So a little shout out to him. Yeah, that's pretty much all that you need to know about the automated fishing. So it doesn't really matter what tool that you're using, but this will allow you to do this kind of automation. Now let's check the Pesca desk. Where are we? So as I was explaining things, we already caught 35 of these. I'm going to break the automation now a little bit, and I'm going to go to Square Wheel Yard. I might have to kill actually Sikuli because it might want to like teleport to different locations, but that's cool. So you can easily, if you already cooked up the automation, you can easily get your first bonus objective here. And then the next one will take hours. So we're not gonna look at that one, but they do give you some nice hints on automation. So either you go the WebSocket route, or you try to create an automation with something like Sikuli or AutoKey and AutoIt. Those are very, very popular choices for automations. I'm just gonna, I guess, random jump here and leave my little fish automation working. So it picks it up actually with the teleportation apparently. So that's a really cool part. I didn't even break the automation, it just picks it up where we left off. So let me just drop this RDP session down and let's see what else we can talk about. So I think that was pretty much about the fishing part. There is one additional challenge, if you like, but that one does not have an objective. So the last objective that you can have is the automated fishing, when you can catch all of them. Oh yeah, I wanted to show in the Pescadas the fish that is the cyber something fish. See if I can find it. I think because that one is probably one of the Easter eggs. Hopefully I'm not gonna skip through it. So there's a lot. As you can see, a lot of fish. I'm pretty sure this was generated by some LM model based tool, because the descriptions and the pictures, those are crazy. Like absolutely insane. I actually can find the number here. I think it's 117, but let's give it a try. I wonder what's going on with the... Okay, music is good. It's good. And it's not that one. Okay, so it's interesting that the order, how it is displayed is not here. Not sure I will be able to find it, but it's one of the I think it's one of the Easter eggs. And initially I thought that these are going to be in order of like how I find them, but I'm not 100% sure of that. So I think when you close the Pesca decks, then it oh, there it is. So yeah, finally I found it. So I think it reorders it according to the whatever ID the fish has. So this one, I think it's an Scudis fish. It looks a lot like Ad, or maybe it doesn't, but it does resemble, and the Scudo is also kind of giving it away. Plus the special density is also something that that made me think like maybe this is some sort of reference to Ad Scudis. Not sure about that one. So that is really all on the fish part, and there's an Easter egg. Now the other thing that you can try, and I know that some people actually try to do the automation on that. Where is my key? Ooh, this is not gonna work well. I think we're not gonna be able to play it like this. Ooh, that is so weird. I think it's because of the interception proxy why this works so flaky. Okay, now it kind of behaves. So I'm going to try to demonstrate how the boat race looks like. I'm going to have a very, very bad score on this one. So this boat race is a little game, and there's a high score for this one that you can just try to compete and beat the best scores out there. I am terrible at it, but I know that some people try to do some automation on this. So I think that is a lot more challenging compared to the automated fishing machine challenge. And as you can see, a lot of people tried it. So you have thousands of scoreboard entries. If you view the score, then you can see that these are the scores that you need to beat. So my score was almost twice as much as the first place here, so terrible performance from my side, but this is one mini game that you can also play, and I think the most interesting idea would be to automate it. I have not got the time yet to do that, but I'm very much interested in checking out that later maybe, and write some sort of like auto racer. It's definitely something more sophisticated than the Sikuli program that I put together. Alright, aside from these, I think the only thing that I want to talk about here is more of a summary of the Easter eggs. So these Easter eggs I mentioned in earlier videos. I just have a summary list here next to me. So one was the boat decoration. I mentioned this in various places. If you jump, for example, the door access video, because that's the last piece missing for this like Easter egg challenge, is to collect all the decorations for your ship. This one you can get by clicking and talking to all the geese at Geese Island. So for each island there's a geese that they say different things, and when you click on them it adds a decoration to the sails of your ship. There was also Jason, the seemingly dead but apparently not so dead fish, who was just sunbathing, and you can find him at the location where you can solve the Active Directory challenge. So it's the same place where the elf is. I forgot the name of the elf, sorry. But if you go to the Active Directory video, I timestamped the place where I'm looking up Jason. You can find him by looking at the WebSocket messages and realize that there's an extra NPC on that map. Yeah, there's the poster of the Hackspace Con. This is at the final scene of the satellite control system room. And there were a ton of references to Jack Frost even before we encountered him again. So after solving the camera access challenge, you see him through the telescope in the satellite window, and also the lines for the access door were from a poem with the title The Frost. So I think these were all references. Plus there's also this a special kind of fish that the Skodo that resembles me a little bit, to ask Sudis. So these are the Easter eggs that I kind of encountered while making these videos, but there are maybe more. So if you have something, feel free to drop it in the comment. I'm also going to now upload this video, finalize things with the playlist, and then check out some of the write-ups for those Easter eggs, because I usually focus more on the challenges, but this year especially I had a lot of time spent on these challenges. I think altogether it was closer to 6 days, including the automation part, and then 3 days-ish making the videos. This is actually more like the 4th one, but yesterday I wasn't really doing much with the videos, so a ton of time spent on it. But again, I learned a ton. Hopefully by watching these videos you also learned a ton. So if you would like to see more of these content, make sure that you letting me know by hitting the like button. If you didn't like it, then hit the dislike button, and if you follow the channel, I promise that this year, so that is 2024, I do plan to publish a bit more content than just every year playing the Holiday Hack Challenge and then posting the solution videos. So I have some really interesting projects coming in, and you will see the results of these projects on this channel. So if you subscribe to the channel, then you will get a notification. But that's all for now. If you like these video series, maybe you want to check out some of the others, like last year's playlist. Bye!